Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Where's chat? Where did chat go? I do agree that Easter eggs were way better implemented into this one, especially Shadow Bonnie. I agree. What else did everybody else say? You agree with a lot of what I said? Okay, thank you. So excited. 5 minutes before the party. Let's go. Hi, Zeta. Hello, Watch This Space. Hi, Diablos Bros. Can you hear me? It was courteous of Henry to leave Dead Space when he was about to be murdered. I know. Wish the movie was a little bit longer. Saw the movie last night. Nice, Professor. Mom is here, so I can't hang, but happy Faz yapping. Okay, Hannah, enjoy your time with your mama. I can't get chat to stay up. How do I make it stay up? Okay, thank you. I'm glad you guys can hear me. I'm losing my mind. It's like going away. Hi, Funny Catty. I'm glad you got your name changed. I'm really sorry that YouTube did all that mess. Not gonna stay for long. Okay, love that the lawyer had a cameo. I know. All right, I do just want to say, I'm kind of yelling. I need to chill. I do just want to say that while we are chatting tonight, I'm going to be making dinner. So you'll be along for that ride. Right now, I'm working on deviled eggs. I'm making 3 months. Thank you so much, Pablo. Hype about the lawyer. When Colby gets back, it'll be a lot easier for me to read chat because it's like literally going away like moments after you guys chat, and I don't know how to keep it up on the screen. I don't know what the heck's going on. But you just finished the movie an hour ago. What did you think, Hector? Sending good vibes. Thank you, Rebecca. Seeing the movie tomorrow. Okay, have fun. Your theater was hype. Man, my theater was dead. I felt like I was like the only person in the theater who was like, wow! And so I was trying really hard to be chill during those moments because I didn't want to disturb other people who were maybe just trying to like, casually watch the movie. But it made me so it felt weird because like the first FNAF movie, I was in a theater full of people who were just like me, who were like, I mean, this was like we've been waiting for this. The theater was dead, but you watched it at 2 p.m. Yeah, I think the theaters were just all dead on Thursday night. Just got back from the movie. Nice gal with a plan. Yo no soy Pablo, yo soy el oso Alfredo. Oh no! Yo me comía a Pablo. No! Pablo, come back. Hi, Burb. I wonder if the movie are going to get progressively darker. Maybe. 8 out of 10. It was pretty dead theater. It was a pretty dead theater watching it at 12 p.m. while school was in. Yeah. But there was super young kids there. Yeah. Yeah. That's crazy. There were kids that young there. Your theater was pretty lively. I know. Like, yeah, I wanted it to be a little more. Anyway, yeah. So I'm making deviled eggs right now. We're gonna start on stuffing. I feel like the movie explains a lot of lore from the games. Are you guys taking this as like a confirmation or a different universe? Because I was taking it as a confirmation. Oh wow, watch the space. I was not taking it as a confirmation. I was taking it as like this is the FNAF movies version of events, but not that necessarily that the games work that way, you know? Back with the turkey. A mix of both. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, like there's some things where I'm just like, okay, maybe we can glean from this, but like yeah, Guardian. I kind of agree with you there. I know, the reveal of Mike Afton was crazy. It'll be fun to parse through. I'm really excited to see what people will say after all of this. It is very, very different. That's kind of like where I'm at right now, is just that it's probably too different to be confirmation of anything. Okay, I do need you guys' help. This is backwards for some reason, but I have to make some. Well, I have to. I want to make stuffing, but I don't know if I should make cornbread stuffing or just herb seasoned bread stuffing. Do you guys have any thoughts here about this? You're betting Charlotte's father is Henry? That's funny. You loved Michael Afton? I did too. He was creepy. He was giving me Mandela catalog energy. Cornbread. You eat chicken stovetop. Fair enough. I just got the 2 Pepperidge Farm ones I saw on sale. Kind of confirms that Jesus Christ. Kind of confirms that the puppet wasn't talking to William in that UCN quote. Do you think that's what it confirms? I thought it was just kind of like a quote. Yeah. Okay, some people are saying herb stuffing, but more people are saying cornbread, I think. Hi, Theory Chum. Seen screenshots of baby. It seems like she's got yellow eyes in them. Is this a case or is it a lighting thing? I thought they were green. But that's just me. I think personally, I'm just gonna throw this out there. I think the baby thing may be evidence towards Vanessa being a robot. Now, that would be crazy because she was in the hospital. I think that's the only thing that's keeping me from like fully going that way. But I mean, oh, they looked green for a second, then she activated. Okay, I don't know. I may have messed up. You think it's the opposite theory? I Cinnabitten. The baby thing was mad. Mike Afton was cool. I feel like he was not in the movie enough to make judgment of his character. Fair enough. Yes, Riley, welcome back. What if Charlie is a vengeful spirit? That is what I was taking it as. Compare Vanessa's reaction to Circus Baby versus Elizabeth's reaction to Circus Baby. She seems scared. My thought process was just that, like, she can't face, like, the reality of what happened. I gasped when baby appeared. I know. Okay, I have to cover up these eggs and set a timer. Hey Siri. She's not listening. Hey Siri. Let me go set a timer on my computer real quick. Actually, I'll just, when that says 9:37, it'll be done. Vanessa is a combo of Charlie and Elizabeth. Well, both of those kids died in childhood. So this doesn't help me. Why does the chat disappear? I can't see anything anybody is saying. This is making me so mad. How do I fix this? Oh, whoops. I made it highlight. I think that just flips the camera. Okay. Swag. Whenever Colby's back, he'll be able to read the chat. Baby felt out of place. I wonder if she is some other PTSD of Vanessa. Well, that's why I was thinking, like, maybe she's... That's why I was thinking, like, maybe she's a robot, you know? It almost feels like movie Michael is an Elizabeth parallel and movie Vanessa is a game Michael parallel. Yeah, I do think that they're kind of doing a lot of role reversals in this movie. I think... Rewin, I understand. I do think they're doing a lot of role reversal, though. I think it's like Vanessa is kind of like the child who's attempting to redeem herself, while Michael is the one who's like, you know, super loyal. And then Puppet is the vengeful spirit, and Golden Freddy is the protector spirit, where it was the opposite in the where it seems to be the opposite in the games. Like, I'm at this point where I'm just like, I wonder. I think the role reversal help explains some things in the game. Fair enough. I do. Okay, I do think that Jeremiah is Jeremy. I think it's Jeremy. Do you think Henry lives for FNAF 6? I think he just got attacked right then and there. I potentially Vanessa asks Charlie goes and finds Henry at that point. That's what I am starting to think may have happened. This might be a better spot for the camera. Love the part when Toy Bonnie said it's theory time and he theorized all over the place. Me too. Do we have any evidence of an age for Michael Afton? I think he's probably older than Vanessa. Vanessa is the puppet program, and Scott confirmed Charlie possesses Vanessa. And interesting. But yeah, I do love the puppet possessing things. I touched on this in my video, but I do think that it's like very Glitch Trap esque, where she's capable of like getting in your head. Actually got teary when the Golden Freddy kid said goodbye. I know. Frank, okay. Let me just steer the conversation in one direction for a little bit. How do you guys feel about them like getting really Christian? Like, I'm not shocked that Scott Cawthon would necessarily do that, but like that is new for Five Nights at Freddy's for them to just explicitly say that the kids are going to heaven. I know that Henry says the darkest pit of hell is waiting for you, old friends, so don't get the devil waiting. But I feel like that stuff's a little bit different than like your friends are in heaven and they're like confirming, yes, we're going to heaven. Like they have a relationship with God who's like, you can come up here, but not yet. The kids never said they were going to heaven. Yes, they did. Yeah, but they didn't say better place. They said heaven. What other religion like describes it specifically as heaven? Like I know Nirvana. They didn't nod. He said, "Yeah, see you there someday, but not too soon." I'm not saying I mind it. I'm just asking what people think. Fair enough. The kids think it, but I just said this stuff about hell. I feel like maybe nobody's listening to the first part of what I said. I'm not even complaining about it. I'm just asking. Like, is it not fair to say that Scott Cawthon is a Christian? Like Scott Cawthon's not Christian. Oh, theory, that's interesting. I don't mind that they moved on. I'm not suggesting that I was fine or like troubled by the fact that they move on. Yeah, I'm more just like thinking about it in a larger implication of the series. Not like we're not having a discussion about whether or not religion is weird, bad, or shouldn't be in the thing. I'm asking, like, what do you think about it very specifically in terms of like the spirits? Like, are we saying that like the ultimate goal of the spirits in the game is to go to heaven or just to move on? Because like I've always considered it just like a spirit being at peace. And the way that they're described in the games and stuff is very much more like energy than literal spirit. Yeah. I mean, like, it also, I just think that, like, obviously, like, they hadn't, like, expressed any of this to that point. So it just kind of, like, came out of nowhere for me. It just didn't feel set up. What was the catalyst? Their suits got destroyed. And so it seems like once their suits were destroyed, they were like, oh, we're done. But yes, I would agree. I think that maybe it's because like they were trapped. I don't know. It was really sudden. I would agree. The remnant breaking down. They left the pizzeria and couldn't stay powered outside of it. This is what implied that Golden Freddy succeeded in performing Happiest Day. I don't know. I legitimately don't have a clue. William Afton dying, their purpose is over, but William Afton's been dead. And then Golden Freddy even says, like, once I'm gone, I won't be able to hold him back. So you know what? Actually, it feels more like Golden Freddy at the very least does seem to imply that he's staying on purpose, similarly to the puppet. And it's just kind of like maybe he's the one who like kept them there. I don't know. That's very odd because like he could leave the pizzeria, like he could go other places. I don't know. It's just a little confusing to me. I think that's just all it is. It's just a little confusing. I'm not on Twitch, no. Suit is left. Yeah, Afton doesn't die in this. We kind of see him power back on at the end there. The suit's leaving the building and then breaking down instead of any kind of happiest day is weird. Yeah, I don't know. It's very odd. The third movie will be the fourth closet, but we'll not be doing the fourth closet ending. Okay. I just felt like it came out of nowhere. I felt like there were a number of things in this movie that were I felt like there were a number of things in this movie that were rushed to the point where I got confused. Whereas like it wouldn't have been confusing if they had not rushed through it. But it was the rushing through it that confused me. Like I'm not saying that like I disagree or agree with like the specific choice being made, but it was like, what are we doing? Like I was just like, what in the world are we doing here? You know? Like I was just genuinely struggling with like, where did that come from kind of energy. Okay, I'm gonna make a little ice bath for my eggies because they're done. You're back. Did they have it? Yay! I guess for now, I don't know. Where should we keep it for now? Is it a cold one or is it still warm? Okay, can you look up, does it say on it how to reheat it? The movie needed. Okay, cool. We'll just do that when we get closer to time then. We'll just use the microwave. Because the oven's gonna be the stuffing. It's gonna be in the oven. I agree that I think about 20 more minutes of this movie would have helped immensely.
It would have been a lot.
It would have been very, very nice. Oh, you got a big bag of that. Oh my god. Okay. I'm not mad.
That's all they have.
No. I'm not mad.
And really good.
I know. I love that stuff. Okay. I'm moving the eggies. Colby, would you mind opening up the YouTube on your phone and reading chat? You would mind? Okay. Then don't worry about it. Oh, okay. I was over here taking you at face value. I mean, Colby wouldn't lie to me. Jesus Christ. What would be disappointing, Mrs. Trapp? I missed it because the stupid chat is going away. Oh, you don't think Henry is dead? He very well may not be. This one egg is already cracked open. It's ready to go. All right, I'm going to ice bath these guys, and they'll sit in the freezer for, well, maybe the fridge because the freezer might be too full. They'll sit in the fridge while I start the cornbread. And Colby will read me questions on chat that he actually thinks I would care to answer.
That's true.
Okay, what are you seeing?
Nah, people are just yapping.
Well, yeah, me too. Okay, can I do a poll from my phone? I don't actually know.
What do y'all think about the box?
The what?
The box cameo.
The box cameo? What are you talking about? I need a little more information. Oh, if I could do a poll, I would do a poll on like, do you think Henry's dead or Henry is not dead?
They did not cast Steve Ulrich to do one scene. He's not dead.
That's a good point. That's a very good point. The box in Vanessa's room. Okay, maybe I missed that. The box. Oh, in Vanessa's closet. Yeah. Okay, no, never mind. When she's an adult.
What do we think about the multiple doors that are in Vanessa's bedroom?
Is that what somebody asked? Oh. Okay, well, I'm trying to keep up with like a million people right now. We literally have no evidence that Henry is dead. Did you stay all the way to the end? Okay. Why would he be dead? Because he got attacked. I don't know.
There is like a sound in the background, and he's like, "She's coming." And, you know.
He sounds pretty attacked. I'm not saying it has to mean he's dead. He could possess the dang cassette player. I don't know. He could be showing up in flashbacks. I think Henry is alive and likely working on Lefty to capture the puppet. I mean, that makes sense. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Maybe maimed. Yeah, fair enough. Mangled, LOL. I love the ghost kids in this franchise hating their shitty dads in general. LOL. I want Cece to hate William. Yeah. Oh my god, did you guys catch the Will Care call out? He said, I care about you. And I was like, that's exactly what it feels like when people say Will Care is a thing. That's exactly how he says he cares. Don't you know I care about you? I was like, that's exactly how I feel. Okay, heat butter and 4-quart saucepan over medium-high heat. Oh, there's a lot of stuff before I add the stuffing. Okay. Oh, this is going to take so long. Okay. I need the celery and yeah. All right, we're going to cut stuff. We be cutting. I was like, Will Care. Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one who saw it. I mean, I figured I wasn't the only one, but I also was like, maybe this is like not what I think that it is, and I'm overthinking it. I love what they did with the marionette too. I think that was like so smart, and again, like it's a great way to pull in the whole glitch trap possession kind of energy. And if that Gregory kid, I don't know that his name's actually Gregory. I don't think they give him a name in the movie, frankly. But I think that it sets him up to come back and also be possessed. And then Abby will trust him and be Cassie core. And yeah, I think that's something that may happen in the third movie. Personally, because they're obviously doing more than one movie at a time, frankly, or one game at a time. They're melding, mixing in a lot of things.
Twisted Slop didn't like Charlie as an antagonist.
Oh, didn't like her as an it was hard for me to get into.
I think she's a much better antagonist for this film than William was.
Colby thinks that Charlie was better than Colby thinks Charlie is better than William as an antagonist in the first movie. You can't really hear him right now because I have a microphone, but you know, want to give his input as well.
I don't think you can have celery.
He doesn't need it. Well, it's just because I'm chopping. Every time I'm chopping, he's like, "Is that about me?" Because it seems like it should be. What else are they saying?
Theory says, did anyone notice the TVs during the opening credits line up 3x3 and with their lights and the button resembling Nixus?
Ooh, no, I wasn't. I didn't catch. I didn't catch all those little details. We can already like rent it on YouTube. I'm hoping that they will release it on a streaming service sooner rather than later, similarly to the way that they did with the first movie, because I'd really like to be able to slow down. Yeah.
Breaking a Kit Kat says, Theory Chum, how did you even notice that? That's crazy.
Theory's got his finger on the pulse when it comes to TVs, frankly. If you on Theory's channel, he has a video where he talks about the Mixus cradle stuff, the 3 cradles, and the way that they're like 3. It's called ADHD. That's funny. But yeah, so I'm not surprised at all that he noticed that, frankly. I said I was just gonna throw this in the whatever, I'm already here. Loved the movie. Oh, thank you, Bunny Call. That's a fun name. 2 Michaels is crazy. I know some people are upset about that. I really don't think I care terribly, but I'm like, where the heck is Garrett? Where is Garrett?
The mini marionettes being like piranhas was kind of funny.
I did like the mini marionettes in the water. Yeah, that was good. Do you want to sit down?
Also, like, genuinely shocking.
Oh yeah, that was I damn it. Okay, well, sorry for cursing, folks. I dropped a celery on the ground. So I want like a little guy. I don't want these big ones.
They did kind of forget about Garrett.
I just kind of feel like Garrett is Michael. I had a thought. I had this thought of just like, oh my God, is Michael a kidnapped Garrett grown up? Would Mike even be able to, first of all, would Mike even know how to recognize his brother after all this time? I don't know. I don't know that he necessarily looks like a grown-up version of the kid from the first movie, but it's a movie. And he does have brown hair. I don't know. I feel like it's more likely that Garrett was killed. I thought he was going to be revealed to be Balloon Boy, frankly. But I don't know. What else was I going to say? Was it about Garrett? But yeah, he just kind of fell off. I'm like, where's my guy? Where's the little boy? I adore this version of Charlie. Her backstory is so sad but so good. Every other grown-up failed her. And that other boy, and she's mad. Yeah, I think she has a good motivation. I wish it was a little more. I think we could have spent more time on Charlie being neglected. Because instead, it kind of seems like there was literally one moment in her life where... Can you throw that for him? There was one moment in her life where, like, these parents told her no. Maybe if we'd seen her, like, maybe if she was even, like, questioning it before of just, like, do you ever see the yellow rabbit? And Vanessa was trying to, like, take her off the trail, you know, and she's just like, no, I see that yellow rabbit. And then it's like kids go back there and it's really freaky. I don't like it. Something to just suspect that, like, I don't know. I feel, it just feels like that scene was cut down or something. And that might just be a me problem. I don't know. I agree, just a bit more of Charlie's background if she went to kill her dad before looking for the kid. Kill her dad. Went to her dad. Why did I read kill? Vanessa's explanation is Charlie doesn't care. What does that mean? What? I'm confused. Circus Baby in 1982, my main yeah, I guess so. My main question is whether the arm inside of Circus Baby could have been added to her after Circus Baby being made. Maybe. Being retrofitted. Vanessa's explanation was that Charlotte was stuck in her rage. Yeah. And then she blamed the adults. Yeah. Yeah, Jordan, I agree. Because, like, as it stands, it really just, like Vanessa says it very plainly, which also was my gripe with this movie, is the way that it just goes, and this is this. Like we're reading, like, a children's book. But, like, she was just like, that puppet's not a surrogate parent, you know? Okay? You know what I mean? Like, what? You know, like I don't like it, we never saw the puppet even remotely being anything on the level of a surrogate parent, because in this one it's not a security puppet that's like actually designed to look after her. It's like a conductor of the band. So it's just odd. Aw, Hydra, yeah. Well, maybe that's why maybe that's why Scott gave us two Michaels, so we could have good Michael and bad Michael.
I'm completely fine with two Michaels.
Yeah, Mrs. Trapp, I agree.
It makes way more sense than
Colby likes the two Michaels. Makes more sense than what? One Michael?
yeah.
No, it doesn't. How does one Michael make less sense than two Michaels?
Because they're like characteristically different over the course of the games, right?
What? You're saying you think there's two Michaels in the games?
Yes.
Okay, Colby's crazy, guys. Colby's off of it. I'm cooking. Implied she was always interested in it and allowed it to have her full attention when Henry always buys. I'm sure Vanessa knew that. Sure. If you want to come up with extra backstory for Vanessa and Charlie, it makes sense. But you have to do that. And I just think that the way Vanessa talks about it makes it seem very odd. I don't know. Busy. Colby's crazy theory confirmed. LOL. Seeing the puppet conducting the band makes me think the DCI isn't true, but hard to know since it's a different continuity. Yeah, I don't know how to use this movie to be theorizing, frankly. I really don't. I think I would really rather it just be its own universe doing its own thing. That's me. That's where I'm at with it. I think I'm done with celery. I don't think I want any more celery than that, even if it wants me to do more. I'm gonna move the trash can over here so I can peel this onion and still read chat. Loki, oh freaking I hate this thing. Loki kind of wonder if there are two mics in the game now as well. Okay, well, Twisted is with you, Colby. I don't know why the chat keeps going away. It's driving me insane. I can't read. I felt like the movie universe was moving within its own universe. That's what I think. Yeah. I love Abby, but I wish she was slightly less naive. Just a bit. Fair enough, yeah. Apparently Daco had a cameo. I missed that. Was he one of the like dressed up people or something? It's very telling rather than showing, but I do kind of get that it gives the movie, given what the movie has to do, hopefully that their third movie won't suffer from these issues. I don't know. I'm not holding my breath at this point. Abby's pretty traumatized and is being raised by just a brother, so it kind of makes sense that she's naive. Interesting. I don't think the toys were ever possessed. Yeah, I think that's fair. I never really even considered the toys possessed anyway. Like I always kind of saw them as being like AI, and they're just going after adults because their security thing has been messed up. You know, like the explanation they kind of give in the game. I feel like, but I do like the idea that maybe their code has been influenced in some way. I don't think that would be crazy. And that's why I do like the movie's direction, because I do think it actually fits still with what we see in the games. I know that Charlie's character, Charlotte, is obviously different and her motivations are obviously different or seem to be different. But I do like that they adapted the movie's lore to still go along with something that would be plausible in the games, because they could have just made the toys a completely different thing, and they didn't do that. Though I do wonder, do we think that because based on the stuff that we've been getting with these new games, does it seem maybe plausible that the FNAF 2 location actually was the first location? Well, after Fredbear's Family Diner. And that Freddy's did come after, or do we think that that's something that's just different from the movie universe to the games? And I'm sorry I'm not seeing everybody's stuff. It's just impossible to read the comments. I think that's a movie universe thing. Fair enough. I think that's fair, Sammy. Oh, okay, Twisted. Fair enough. Yeah, they call the Wizards just prototypes in this one. Like they were just animatronics that were made but never actually used. So I think that's kind of how they are squaring it away in that universe. I hate that it goes away. This doesn't make any sense to me. Prototype Freddy is below MCM, that is below FNAF 2, that became FNAF 6, that is below the Pizzaplex. I can't even follow that. Really wanted to see the Withered Shine. Yeah, I do wish there was a little bit more. Why prototypes? It seems weird. I mean, it's fair to say, like, if they built those ones first and then they just didn't test well, and people were like, ew, these things are, like, mad creepy, which they objectively are mad creepy, that they would go back and make less creepy versions for FNAF. And then they were just like, oh, we'll just keep them and obviously use them for spare parts and things like that, but they won't be, like, bona fide animatronics that we put in a thing. I don't think that that's crazy. Sorry, gotta put the rest of this onion away because I certainly don't need the whole thing. Okay. They said they were retrofitting them as well, right? Like, just like the games? I don't remember if they said that. It's very possible that they did. Think William will be decayed enough after only 1 year to actually be Springtrap? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. The conditions that he was in were not ideal. You know what I mean? It's not like he was preserved. So I'm sure a lot of decay can happen in just a year. But I'm not an expert on decay. I was really excited about Shadow Bonnie. I think that was probably like my favorite little moment of the movie, frankly. I really loved all the stuff with Vanessa. She was my standout in this movie for me. But I'm seeing some people say like that this one wasn't as good as the last one. I don't know if I agree with that. Elizabeth died a long time ago. Seeing that Vanessa was a child when she found baby who turned on her own. Shoot. Why? Turn on her own. Maybe she doesn't even know she has a sister. Oh, somebody was saying earlier, theory was that you was like asking, are they twins? I didn't think about that. Oh, I didn't think about that because Charlie has a twin. Oh, that does make sense. Critics hate this movie, apparently. Yeah, I knew they were going to. I put that in my video today where I was talking about, I was like, critics are not going to like this movie. Objectively, I just knew it. I was like, Blumhouse didn't, and Scott and everybody else, whatever, they did not do enough improving upon the part where they're fan-made movies that are really just meant to make us happy, and we are the audience for them, you know? Zeke! Colby, don't let him be in here with the cat food. He can't have that. Where, yeah, they're movies for us. And so we're going to enjoy them, and critics are going to think that they're poo-poo. Because they aren't doing enough. Like I said, like that's all the stuff where the plot moves too fast, where it's like, okay, fine, you and we can fill in the gaps with prior knowledge, but anyone else cannot. Like effectively, anyone else, is going to struggle to go like to be like what's going on, huh? And like there are going to be some things that may, work better for critics than us because they don't know anything about puppet marionette, so they won't have as much trouble accepting her as an antagonist, whereas we're like, oh, like I've always seen Charlie / the marionette as the protector. But Scott may not want to go the vengeful spirit route in any other way, because that is a mystery in our universe, in the game's timeline. And so like if he put it in the movie, I think there would be a lot of people who would just go, okay, well that's what's in the movie, so that's like what it is, and like that may not go over well with people, it's just my thought. Okay, how much butter do I need? Okay. It's crazy to me 11 years ago. I was exactly 11 years old. And seeing this whole universe coming back to life is like going back to him. Aw. It's the critics claiming the fans deserve better whilst literally not being a fan or understanding what fans want. Oh, I haven't seen any reviews, so I don't know if they are saying that, but completely smart to go with a different vengeful spirit. Yeah, that's how I feel. With stuff where you matter, I read your comments, Zita. I just can't talk. That's funny. I tend to agree. I would tend to agree. Okay. I have a tablespoon. I got it out earlier and set it down. No, I can't find it. Jeez Louise, y'all. I'm sick of sneezing. Okay. I don't know where I put my... I don't know where I put my tablespoon. All right, I give up. Let's use this. Okay. Liked it, but the ending just really dragged it down for me. I mean, fair enough. I really liked the ending because I was like, of course, Vanessa would be the one, you know what I mean, to be possessed. Like, that made perfect sense in my head. But it was rushed. Maybe she should have gone back inside. Maybe we should have had more of a beat of her alone, feeling sad. Sorry, guys. And then moved into that. I think editing was the downfall of this movie, being from like an 8 to like a 9 for me. I think if it had been edited better, it would have gotten more from me. But it is what it is. Okay. We're going to call that 4 tablespoons because I don't feel like thinking about it anymore. They ended it in Mike's house. True, I didn't think about that. Maybe she should have gone home. And maybe there should have been like a whoosh in the background or something. Charlie can only possess those with trauma. It says she has to bond. So what happened in that moment with Vanessa is that Mike rejected her, like fully said, get away from me. I don't trust you. I don't love you. I don't like you. Get away from me. And it's kind of, if you've seen K-pop Demon Hunters, it's the same kind of thing where it's like, that was what created her, like allowed her to be susceptible to the possession, was that she was able to bond with Vanessa in that moment because Vanessa was feeling those intense feelings of, I'm being left behind, I'm being, abandoned, I'm all alone, nobody cares about me, he doesn't understand, any of that kind of stuff. How did it connect to the investigator in the beginning? I don't know. Maybe she was unsuspecting and so like she didn't have any will. Oh yeah, Diablo's is saying pure dread. Like she was very scared in that moment, so maybe that's what it was. I don't know. Um, it just says she has to bond with them. I don't know. So maybe Girly Pop was already just like susceptible, you know? Because like from in my opinion, she could have just like possessed Vanessa at the when Vanessa came to the FNAF 2 location the first time. Oh, feeling through what she learned. Yeah. Oh, yeah. She would have known. She would have had the mental connection of like, oh, this is the Charlie ghost. Like she knew about that stuff. Yeah, that's true. So maybe that was it. Bond could just mean connect. I know. Yeah, I know. I'm just saying that like if like she could have just possessed Vanessa early on and then theoretically would have had that. I don't know. Maybe she doesn't have the knowledge of that person just because she bonds with them. No, because she does, because Abby says something like that she said earlier in the film. Michael Apton definitely felt like a setup for the next movie. Yeah, totally. Kind of glad Henry said he was a bad dad. Yeah, he got it. Yeah, about hide and seek. So she would have had access to the knowledge. So theoretically, she could have like, if Vanessa was capable of being possessed earlier in the movie, we may be discovering a plot hole, quite frankly. But like, if Vanessa was capable of being possessed earlier in the movie, she could have just possessed Vanessa earlier in the movie and gotten the code. I don't think Mike should have rejected her so hastily, not wanting her help after everything makes sense, but just straight up wanting nothing to do with her is a little much. Jordan, yeah, I talked about this in my review a little bit, but that my interpretation was like they didn't set it up well enough. I think he was supposed to be questioning her the whole movie. We see multiple times throughout the movie where he seems unsure of her and doesn't really necessarily want her around Abby, thinks like she's kind of the person who starts trouble, even if maybe she doesn't mean to. And he even says like, he's like, I'm trying to fix you, you know, where he's just like there's like something in him that knows that something in Vanessa is dark and wrong, and like she needs to address it or whatever. So he's being really wary of her at the beginning. But I think maybe if he had been more iffy about her the whole time. Yeah, I agree. Not set up well enough. Because yeah, if he'd been, like I said this in the review, but like if there had been more of him being protective of Abby the whole movie, and everybody convincing him like, you don't need to be like this, you have to let her be a kid, you have to let her live her life, you've got to, she's not going to be able to move on, don't keep her stuck in, you know, this moment, and let her be a normal kid, that kind of energy. I think that him making the choice at the end to be like, Vanessa, go away, would have fit better. But because that's not what they freaking did, yeah, it was very abrupt. And there were a number of times in this movie that gave me like whiplash. And I think that that's just like going to be like a prevailing thing. I think a lot of people are going to feel this way, that they didn't do enough, and they should have made it a bit of a longer movie. You know, I just think it should have been a longer movie. We needed more, and not even like, and the Mike stuff is not even longer. That's just rewriting, frankly. I just think that he needed to be more afraid throughout the movie, but he seems like totally chill with her. And also keep in mind that Mike and his sister were almost killed by, oh my god. The big whiplash to me was Mike being all like, deal with your trauma, and then he dumps more on her. Yeah. Director's cut win, yeah. I think we also have to keep in mind that Mike and his sister were almost killed by Vanessa's dad in the first movie when Vanessa knew about him, and they were almost killed by her brother, who she, again, yeah, knew about. Yeah, I would agree. Like, he, at a certain, like, that's the thing is, she wasn't honest with him. Like, that's the deal, is like the whole movie, he's like, please address your trauma and be honest with me about stuff. But they didn't write Josh Hutcherson enough dialogue to get that across for us. Like, I can pick out what they wanted to do, that doesn't, I don't get, the movie doesn't get a pass for not actually like putting that up front for us. I think an extended cut would be, I mean, really lovely, frankly. Just use Nightmare Own at all. I feel like using them for when the puppet attacks, she appears at what? I don't understand that. I'm so sorry, doctor. I think Mike was fair because he was trying to keep, she kept betraying him. She told him to trust her, but then boom, brother bomb. I agree. That's what I think. I think, I even think that in that moment, instead of him just saying like, Vanessa, stay away from me and my family, he could be like, you lied to me. You lied to Abby. You are the problem. You did this. I begged you to be honest. I begged you to look at this stuff. I begged, I don't know. I can't trust you anymore, Vanessa. I know that it's not your fault that, these people did these things to you, but you have introduced it all to my family. You did that. And that's wrong. And you're wrong for that. And I never want to talk to you again. Like really like lash out at her because he's like pissed in that moment. Like, and like give her hell, in that moment, instead of just being like, just stay away from us. Walking away from his own house. I was so confused. They're gonna go live with Jeremy? I'd forgive Vanessa. I forgive Vanessa for it, but that's evidence that a healthy person wouldn't. That's so funny. That's so funny. I hope that the protective kind of stuff that I wanted from this movie happens in FNAF 3. I hope he's like has Abby on lockdown and is just like crazy, I want him to have that arc because I think it would set up conflict a lot better than this movie did. His house is pretty destroyed. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. Time to add our vegetables. Some of these onions are not fully diced because I gave up. He left her in his house. I mean, like, I guess he left her in like the rubble of his house. I don't know. I don't know how to destroy. I don't know if it's pretty. Maybe he's going to get a different cop. She's gotta be done by now, right? She's gotta be done by now. I don't know if I made enough vegetables for this, quite frankly. I don't know if I did enough. I feel like I did, but looking at it in here is like, it doesn't feel like a whole lot. What if Mike went crazy and put Abby in the nightmare chambers? Well, I don't know about that. But I do think like setting up Abby to be like rebelling against his horrible like, lockdown stuff, that would have made for a more interesting second movie. I would like to see it in the third movie. Gonna see some like Michael manipulating Vanessa after she gets abandoned arc, maybe. Well, I mean, she's possessed at the end of the movie. And so it depends, like, if the puppet possession still looks the way that it looked before, I think we're all gonna pretty much know that she's possessed. But you know what? It's also giving Innard. The puppet possession is also giving Innard. I didn't even think about that until this moment. Hear me out. Start a FNAF 3 pans to a house on top of a hill, and we see Abby and Mike walk out staring at nature, saying they are happy for some normalcy. Cut to Afton awakening in the old pizzeria. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, the visuals of the puppet in this movie were incredible. I was really hype about that. Oh, this smells good. And it's just vegetables. I don't know if I should add more. I don't want to overdo it. I don't want it to be too vegetable-y. I don't know. I've never made my own stuffing before. I've always just eaten other people's. Do we agree that Vanessa Bot is a strong possibility? I think so. Other people say that it's not. Somebody else was saying like she may have a twin, and the twin may be baby. Here's the deal. if she is a robot, the only thing that makes zero sense is that she went to the hospital. I can't remember if Charlie was ever in the hospital in the fourth closet. I think the other people do. Like Claiborne. I don't know what the hell these other kids' names are. Simp Boy. Cindy Lou Who. The other ones. I kind of think Vanessa is Elizabeth and her middle name is Elizabeth. Oh, what if she goes by Vanessa and her first name is Elizabeth? Dang it, hospital. Hey, Seeker, you know what? Fair enough. Where's the twin theory coming from? Because Charlie in the books has a twin brother, and she thinks that he died, but really she died. So it would be possible for Vanessa to have like a blocked memory, is what I'm saying, and not knowing that she has a twin. And because there's a twin theory in the games with Vanessa anyway, so it would be a nod to that, but we don't have, as far as evidence is concerned, doesn't exist. So, it's more of a hypothesis than anything else. Doesn't Charlie bleed in this? Yes. Charlie bleeds, Charlie cries, etc., etc. All that makes perfect sense to me. It's very specifically the hospital. Now, if she's able to fake vitals, if nothing metal inside of her could clue off in a machine that she's attached to, and they didn't have to do any surgery or stitching that would have made it abundantly clear that she's not a real person, then maybe we're okay. But she got stabbed and she bled out a fair bit before they were able to get her to the hospital. Do you think Michael is still responsible for killing one of his siblings? I think he killed Garrett. If Garrett exists, if Garrett even exists, because he just is not a part of the second movie at all. We just drop him off the face of the earth. I thought they were going to reveal him to be Balloon Boy. I'm dumb. I want to know what happened to the scene when the Showtime button was pressed. True. I thought FazFest was going to happen at all. Is anyone else shocked that there was no real FazFest? Like, we cut to it, but Michael's like, the FazFest is going to kill everybody. And then they're like, no, you can't do that. And then the movie ends. No FazFest was weird. Because, like, we cut into it. But, yeah, like, I thought something happened, y'all. I really, truly believe there's an extended cut of this movie out there somewhere. I don't know why they were asked or whatever to cut down the runtime of the movie, but I'm not a fan of it. Not a fan of it. I could just do half of this bag. And this would be totally enough vegetables for half the bag. I think that's what I'll do. This is just bread in here. Okay. They're saying to put red peppers in. That's what they're suggesting. I'm not doing anything extra. All right. Let's do 1 cup of broth then. I don't need 13 servings of stuffing right now. When did Phone Dude find Springtrap in the movie timeline? At the end of the movie, like during the credit sequence. Oh, you mean like, oh. Huh, I guess it could have been further out. Man, I never think about, you guys think about all these things. I just am like, I don't know. I think I'm way too focused on like just the movie making aspect of it. I have a really hard time with the theorizing aspect of it. Yeah, I guess we don't know exactly when that happened. So Springtrap, he could have been there for more than a year. He could have been there for more than a year. We don't know exactly how much time has passed by the time those kids go in there. It's just whenever they decide they're going to demolish it, right? So, yeah. 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 He looked rotten. It's funny, I believed that so strongly of the first movie, especially since we saw footage in the trailer that just didn't appear, which isn't true for the FNAF 2 movie. What? I'm sorry, guys. I'm so frustrated that I can't really read chat. This film was in development for 2 years, so some things might have been shelved to meet deadlines. Yeah, well, that's what I'm wondering about, is if maybe, like, they just didn't finish, and so they just cut things instead of delaying the release of the movie. Which may have been necessary for contract reasons, because it's not like Matthew Lillard is interested in keeping his schedule open, for that long or whatever. But he's not that, he wasn't that present in this movie. I don't know, guys. I wish we'd done a little bit more of Vanessa's dream sequences too. The fact that we only had one, I mean, I guess it's like, oh, she did one and she was like, well, that sucked. I'm never doing that again. So potentially there's that. But your screenwriter friend posited that Vanessa had a little sister and she saw her get killed by Baby, hence her fury and fear with her dad. And her fear of Baby, obvious, but I like it. Yeah, that's what other people are kind of surmising too, that Vanessa has a sister that she doesn't talk about also. You know what I mean? I think it's just a... Oh, God. Is the password in the movie meant to represent the wall code in FNAF 3, even though that's meant to happen at Fazbear Frights? That's a good question. I don't know. Was it a code? Was it like a secret for something? Yeah. I think it's more of like a matter of like, she was just like, oh, never mind, I hate this. Heat to a boil. Okay. I need to put these away, first of all. Oh, I don't have a fast talker. I couldn't tell if it was like leet speak for something. Oh, the trophies did go unexplained. Yeah. Here's the thing, is like, Scott likes to make things where it's like it's up to us to like finish figuring it out. Like, it's like, I'm gonna give you this much and then you're gonna figure out the rest. But in a movie that is a contained piece of media, I don't really feel like you can do that. I feel like you do have to answer the questions, or just say, or at least like not introduce things like that, that obviously we would be interested in finding the answer to. Okay, it says heat to a boil and then remove the thing from the heat. And then I need to get a casserole dish out. Sorry, lots of loud noises. A shelf would do me good in this life. Oh, it was the hex code for purple. It seemed somewhat familiar, but I could not pick it out of my head. This is so funny. I do this every single time the hex code for purple comes up. It always looks familiar to me, and I never figure out what the heck I'm looking at. Every single time. Okay. Remove it from the heat. And add the stuff. Okay, let me try to grab like half of a bag first here. Seem right? I feel like that seems correct. I don't want to overdo it. Maybe I should have done the whole thing. This is plenty. You can just cook the rest another time. This is plenty. This is plenty. I'm eating with my eyes, If he was a coworker, I'm pretty sure 0182 was picked by Henry specifically as a number because it resembles 1982, which is, of course, Charlie's death in the movie. True. And maybe it's even like January 82. Yeah, the Michael Afton character was very well done. I was like, well, this guy's a freak. He was giving like Dave, the security guard from the Silver Eyes. It was like, oh, it was crazy. It was very good. Okay. I know this is plenty of stuffing, but I'm looking at it and I'm like, I definitely want more. I want more. I think that was like half the bag. I'll give it a little extra shake. Give it a little extra shake. I have so much. I don't know why I'm acting crazy. He does look like Dave Miller, and you can't tell me they didn't do that on purpose. Oh, they super did. They super did. And he said, call me Michael. Which is so funny because, oh my God, that's so freaking funny because there has been like a non-official like joke that Mike Afton goes by Mike Afton because his dad insists on calling him Michael. That's not anything that's like written anywhere, but it's like a thing that like people, and I've like even made a joke about it where he's like, my name is, oh wait, no, it's backwards. That's backwards. It doesn't matter. I don't care. Not as many cameos this time around. Well, maybe there were more that like we just didn't recognize. There were definitely some returns. Okay. And then, oh yeah, heat oven to 350. That's what I was supposed to do earlier that I forgot to do. Okay. Spoon stuffing mixture into greased 2-quart casserole dish. Cover unbaked. Oh, sorry. Cover and bake 35 minutes or until hot. Or until hot. It's already hot. Yeah, Doug came back. People were like, critics were like mad about Doug because they didn't know what he was. I guess because they saw the FNAF 2 movie without seeing the FNAF 1 movie. Daco, Raz, Baz, and someone else. Like Saul Goodman, that's funny. It was a really, I don't know. I understand people dogging on it. I think maybe I'm just trying to like have fun, but like I didn't have a bad time watching it. Like, is the consensus that we had a bad time? Because I was having a pretty good time personally. I think like it was never going to like be as like as the first movie because like they already did that, you know? But I really enjoyed it. 14 to 18 minutes. Okay, so we'll have to wait a little longer on this. 14 to 18 minutes. Okay. So really everything now is just hinging on the stuffing. It was like a haunted house, and if you don't know what you're signing up for... What? Colby, why are you freaking talking in there when you know that I can't read the chat when you're literally in the other room? Well, it's annoying because like other people are trying to talk and I can't read their things. I realized this while watching the trailer and what was in the box. Marbles, balls into the pit, the book, Millie, count the ways, mirror is clearly Sarah to be beautiful. I got nothing for plain. Well, plain is Garrett. But that's funny. It seemed pretty good, especially for very much intended to be the middle of a trilogy. Yes, exactly. Like that's I didn't really even mind the ending being what it was. I think maybe we should have a little more lead up to it. I think maybe Vanessa going back inside, crying. Oh, that would have been good. If she was just like crying and we saw the tears running down her face and then she became the puppet. I think that would have been. See, here's the thing: is Steel Wool just needs to call me. Steel Wool, Blumhouse just needs to call me and be like, nervous. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Yes, exactly. The tears turn black. Yes, you get it. Yes. Okay, we get it. Cause yeah, especially if she'd fallen on her like knees, like in that one thing, and she was just like, and then like she looks up and we see the tears, and she kind of gets this thing because it's like close up on her face, and then she's just like, and you just watch the tears turn black as they start to go down her face, and then she become oh, they really should have called me. They should have called me. Yeah, like the shadow puppet minigame. Yeah. Just like that. Just like that. Because it would have been an extra little Easter egg for us. And then it would have given Vanessa more of a moment. And I think we would have maybe like understood better that, like, oh, this is how the movie's going to end. Before it was like, well, there's the credits. Mr. Berg, the teacher, is Edwin and he hates animatronics. What? I do hate that guy, Mr. Berg. But that is funny, Iceberg. That's funny. I didn't think about that. But man, I hated him. I was like, let's get this man killed. Toy chica, come here. I don't think the film was bad, just doesn't carry the same magic as the first film and definitely needed a rewrite or two to make it a little more sound. Yes, I completely agree. I personally found the story of this one more compelling than the first one, but I think that maybe I'm having some bias towards Vanessa, frankly. Toast, you better get your butt out of here. What did you just do that for? She just popped into my freaking casserole dish. You're bogus. I can't believe she did that. Hopped into my casserole dish. He was a dick for no reason. I was like, what's going on? Like, I truly was just like, why does he suck so bad? I was like, can we see an example of Abby sucking for a second? The student who called him out, that was so funny. You're a dick, Mr. Berg. I freaking laughed so hard when that happened. I was like, yes! Like, get rid of him. Did anyone else think the thing on Mr. Berg's desk was the mimic? I didn't notice. The story is still good. I wouldn't change a thing, just tweak a few story beats. Yeah. True, was giving Matilda. I think that they like I said this a little bit in the review where there were a number of things in this movie that were clearly written to be funny that I did not laugh at. And I was like really confused because I was just like, I'm totally here and down to laugh at this movie. The first movie had a lot of campy LOL moments in it. So I was totally down and ready to laugh at this movie too. Like, if that was the direction they wanted to go with the movie, then I was here for it. But there were so many moments that I thought were supposed to be funny that I didn't laugh at. So it was just like, again, the edit, the timing, the pacing, because comedy is timing, 100%. So much of comedy is timing. I'm saying 100%, but just a large percentage of it. So when the timing is off or the delivery is off, it's like, was I supposed to laugh at that? Or was that supposed to be like heartfelt? Or was that supposed to be scary and I just didn't find it scary? Or was it supposed to be funny? And if it was supposed to be funny, I also didn't find it funny. And that's not good. Also confused about that. Charlie was already traveling in Chica. No need to attack Abby, IMO. True. You know what was peak comedy? The her, Freddy. Yes. He's like, okay. Yeah. The motivations of the puppet were very confusing to me. I don't know. Maybe she just wanted to torture Vanessa in that moment. I don't know. It didn't fully send for me. I could have used more. I should have made all this stuffing. This isn't enough. I want more stuffing. I'm being kind of insane. I'm being kind of crazy, but I want more. I could make more. It's going to take forever, though. I have to dice up a bunch more vegetables, which I don't want to do. It's just also that my casserole dish is unusually large. You know what I mean? Like, it's like a mixture of, like, the casserole dish is huge and the amount of stuffing is, like, only... It said 6 servings, so it felt crazy to me to make more of it. But, like, I think I may just be a fiend for stuffing because I think I want 13 servings all to myself. Not really, but, like, I'll show you guys. It's not enough. It's not enough. I need more. But I also understand that this is so much food. Like, I used half of the bag. I can feel that I used half of the bag. I don't know. I think I want to add more anyway. I'm being crazy right now. I'm sorry. I didn't use the whole bag. I only used half of it. Do you think she's entered inside of them? I do. Your food was cold and soggy? No. Maybe it's you guys are chatting with each other. I'm gonna put more in here. I don't know. Maybe that wasn't half the bag. Maybe I underestimated what is half the bag. I don't know. I'm being kind of cuckoo bananas now. I have to stop. I'm being actually crazy now. I am actually being nuts. Do you guys know what I'm referencing when I say cuckoo bananas? Yes, it's just for the two of us. I'm old. I'm elderly. I think we're setting up for a really good third movie, though. I think it's going to be good. I don't know. I'm remaining optimistic because I don't really know what else to do, frankly. But if they need to take their time on the third movie, I really hope they will. You know? Like, if it takes time, let it take time, you know? Like, let it take some time. That's fine. We're all fine waiting. We have so much other FNAF stuff to do and talk about all the time. Like, I know Rytoast has said on their channel a number of times being like, I'm really excited that something new's coming out because I'm running out of things to talk about. And I'm just always like, how? Like, how are you running out of things to talk about? But anyway. Okay. But, yeah, in my opinion, it's like they can take their time on this other FNAF movie because I think we have plenty of other stuff to talk about, decipher, whatever, you know, in the meantime. The third movie gets a full 2 hours. Why are we shortening the runtime? Yeah, I don't know. When in a world where, like, everything is long, I don't know why FNAF movies are short. Mike in the office was awesome, but made it seem like he was doing nothing. I don't know. I really loved the security office scene. I really loved that. Can we talk about Skeet's delivery on the final line? I really thought it was the OG Henry speech. He did such a good job. Okay, and the oven is heated, so now I can no longer sit here and think about this. I can just put it in the danged thing. Okay, I'm going to add a tiny splash of chicken broth to just give this a little extra moisture, because since I didn't give this all this stuff time to soak up the moisture like I should have. Okay. How long? 35 minutes. Oh, cover and bake, right. I need Reynolds wrap. TBH, given how much less the third movie has to deal with in general, I'm okay with it being the same, if not a little shorter. They can focus on the characters. Okay, fair enough. I mean, they should do whatever they need to do at the end of the day. I don't like thinking about it from terms of like, if there was a longer movie and a lot of important information got cut because of the producers, that will frustrate me. Colby, can you set a timer for 35 minutes? Thank you. Okay. Well, that's that. Everything else is super easy. 35. That tape made me so hyped, made me think we were getting a FNAF 6 situation sooner than we're expecting. You know? Ooh, fix that dinner. I totally understand, Jordan. I don't have any FNAF-y friends. I have a lot of friends who like say they know what FNAF is and they love FNAF, but their only like metric is to talk about it is through Markiplier. And I'm like, okay, that's really just the fact that there are games, you know? Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I do like having more IRL friends. Or I would like having more IRL friends who actually talk about FNAF. But luckily I have you guys, so we can all just chit chat about Five Nights at Freddy's. All right. Now I can do the deviled eggs. And then once I'm done with these deviled eggs, it should be time to start cooking everything else. And then I should have a Thanksgiving dinner. Exactly. They know about FNAF, but just so much. Only so much. Sorry, I keep trying to move my hair out of the way of the microphone, but then it just keeps getting stuck back there. Okay. I need the trash can again so that I can throw the shells in here. Where's my cracked one? I don't know where my cracked one is. One of these is like already opened. There it is. Hopefully it's okay. I don't have anyone IRL either. Glad I have the nervous system. Aw. Yeah, it's not. It's nice to just be able to come in here and chitty chat. Sorry. I really do appreciate having time to just kind of, I don't know, hear other people's opinions, because it does kind of help me have maybe a more realistic opinion of things, you know? Like, there's a certain level of like being a FNAF fan that requires you to just like shut off the part of your brain that wants to over analyze everything, or if you're like me, maybe you kind of get biases in one direction or another, and it really does take leaving your own thoughts about stuff to be able to go like, oh, just because like I'm biased towards this character does not mean that it was necessarily like the best way to go, or that my opinion on this character is like the authority. And when you hear other people's kinds of thoughts on things, I did a really good job with that. It can kind of make you go like, oh yeah, there are a lot of other angles to explore this from that I'm not thinking about, because I'm just kind of stuck in like my personal interpretation or what I want to be true. So I appreciate having this time with all of you. Okay. Also, I don't know. My microphone died. Can you guys hear me? I dropped the magnet. Is it in my shirt? Where is it? Where'd it go? Oh my god. So is this like one more piece of this like microphone set that I've like lost to the ether? Okay, perfect. Perfect. Okay, the sound quality may be lessened now, but at least I realized it. They attacked nervous. Yeah, I don't know what happened to the little microphone, sorry, not microphone, the little magnet that was keeping that microphone on me. But it's gotta be in my shirt or nearby. I'll find it. I'll find it soon. Okay, well, I don't know how long you guys couldn't hear me, but I'm sorry about that. Pretty quickly, I knew once the light started blinking that it would mean that the microphone was dead. Oh no, this one was not as perfect. This egg is a little fucky. I'll give that piece to Ciabatta. She'll enjoy that. Wasn't long at all. Okay, yes. Ah, I found it. It got in my sleeve. Okay, I'll pick that up in a minute, but I'm not gonna pick it up right now. Aw, man, the shell really stuck to this one. That's okay. That's why I made 6 eggs, because then I would have a dozen deviled eggs. You know? I don't know why I think that I didn't have enough stuffing. That I have so much food. Yeah, this one did not do nearly as well. That one was not successful. Let's try again. Okay. Let's try again. Where are we at on time? 28. I would have guessed 25. I was close. I try to maintain an internal clock. Well, I gave the movie an 8 out of 10. I feel like I could rate it lower and be more objective, but like, I really love Vanessa. And this movie gave me a lot of Vanessa. Okay, we haven't talked about her at Spin Cycle. I thought that was very cool because she sees Springtrap in the way that I feel like Scott Cawthon wanted the security breach stuff to be. And like, oh God, you really just get like the full Vanessa character that I feel like we were missing from Security Breach. And so I'm so happy that the movie took the time to do all that, because I was like, oh my gosh, she's pulling a gun on some innocent person and she thinks it's her dad. I was like, is she gonna shoot? And she doesn't tell Mike about that either. She goes to try to. You know what? She does. She tries to. You know what? Mike's a little rude because he kind of pushes her away at the exact moment that she was going to do what he wanted her to do. I changed my mind. Yes, I do. Yes. You will bring them to me. Was it worth it, Ciabatta? I'm trying to get to the food. Art drop in a minute. Yay. Some burb art in the Discord. If you're a member and you haven't joined the Discord, I did put the link up on the YouTube thing. We're back, baby. We're back. So much sense if it would make so much sense if she went out of her way to try to get her father out of her head after that. Yeah. She went to talk to Mike about that stuff, about what happened when she was in her nightmare. And he just didn't want to hear anything about it because she got intercepted by Abby. And Abby was super forthcoming about the fact that she went and saw her friends, which I think is kind of crazy because she wouldn't have wanted her brother to know about that, but you know, whatever. Every character in the film sucks as a person except Abby, Jeremiah, and the taxi driver. Fair enough. Poor taxi driver just needs a new job, frankly. I'm really interested to see if they bring Gregory Kid back. I really think we're setting up... Oh, God. If we're doing this mishmash of old and new, I could totally see... And they're probably not going to do this because I'm thinking it. But, like, I could totally see them luring Abby in with the Gregory type kid who is like under the influence of Vanessa, because he says he believes in aliens and ghosts and stuff, so like why not? You know what I mean? So it seems like something he could be interested in all on his own. And he's interested in robotics, so he'd be of use to the puppet if she is trying to do something. Which, if Fazbear Frights is open in the third movie, the puppet would be trying to do something. Alternatively, it could just be that Michael ends up being able to control the puppet, or Michael gets the puppet out of her. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But like, there could be a number of ways that like a corrupted Vanessa is being like, you know, is coming into contact with Gregory and the Gregory character. I don't know that his name was Gregory, but and like, you know, that is how she gets back in with Abby, because of course Mike would be like, oh, she's finally hanging out with like human friends, so he'd totally encourage her to hang out with Gregory. Another perfect peel. He'd be encouraging her to hang out with this kid who's like a real kid. I think that would all be really, really cool. I think it would all be very, very cool. They're totally setting him up to be like Gregory because he's super short for his age and everything, you know? And kind of quiet, but mischievous, you know? I don't know. And he really likes Abby, and it does seem like Gregory is drawn to Cassie. So, I don't know. I think that, I mean, obviously we're going to have more Michael Afton in the second movie because he's still there, right? Does he die? What the heck happens to him? Does he just walk away? I just realized I don't actually know what the heck happens to Michael. What happens to him? You don't see where it can go without the OG kids? Well, the third one is Fazbear Frights esque, so it would be more focused in on Springtrap, because in the FNAF 3 game, the only supernatural thing you are dealing with is hallucination type stuff, and Springtrap. So that makes sense. I don't think it needs the OG kids. Though I don't think we got enough explanation about Golden Freddy before he was just like, never mind, I'm gone now. He disappeared from where he was, clothesline, and his badge was on the floor. Oh, okay. He got knocked out. I just genuinely was like, I don't remember what happened to him. Nice. The Golden Freddy animatronic doesn't even show up. I know, but the kid does. Yeah. Another perfect peel. See, I only messed up one. So, but yeah, you're totally right. It's just really, really weird. It's just really weird to me. And I don't know how I feel about that. Again, it's just another example of things being too abrupt. Like, I think that's really what it is for me. It's just like, that's why you're thinking Golden Duo? Oh, like Garrett is also, or another random kid that we haven't met yet. Because, like, if Garrett doesn't freaking come back in the third movie, I don't know what I'm going to do. That he's just like, well, I just moved on. He was just a victim. Abby's at the school. Mr. Berg died, and that comes across the body. Will be CC in the third. What? Who will be CC? I gotta say, Golden Freddy Kid is definitely the most interesting new thing that the movies have introduced to me. Yeah, and then he's just like, okay, never mind, he's gone. I don't know. I wish I could understand a little bit more about that kid. They set him up as like this leader kind of person, but like we don't get any of his story. CEO Freddy's is hilarious. Oh, maybe he will be Chipper Oswald. Interesting. Potentially. All right. I got all my eggs cracked. And I think I did a good job. I don't think I overdid it with the boiling, which is great news. What's the timer at? Colby? 22? Huh? Oh, flat. Got it. Thank you. Okay. Okay. I'll let those sit for a second because it won't take long to cut those, scoop them, and add them, then refill them with their guts. Okay. Scoop them. Get me out of here. All right. So you here. You can be for my mashed potatoes. And I'm going to pour this water out. Beautiful, beautiful. Now you just need to dry, so I'm just going to set you here to dry. Okay. Am I missing anything? Mike and Vanessa have a baby at the end of the third movie after a time skip. Name it Gregory, and the fan base loses their minds. Great prediction. I love that. That's funny. Let me see if I can move this light. Will it look better here? Nah, I'll just leave it here. Okay. I know this, what is it? The something scoopers? Charlotte is the godmother. Do you think we will see Edwin? I hope not. If there is a God. If there is a good place. I'm sorry, I'm being crazy. I'm gonna pull the turkey out. And then what else was I doing? Oh yeah, the vegetables. I'm gonna see if this should be enough. I think it probably is tiny. Oh no, it's not. There's like barely any carrots left. It's like all Brussels sprouts. Not that I don't love Brussels sprouts. If I can turn you on to something, these oven roasters, Brussels sprouts and carrots, if I can turn you on to something.
They're delicious.
What do we think of It's Been So Long being played in the credits? I predicted that. I didn't care to make any other predictions, but I was like, I bet It's Been So Long will be the credit song. And then when it was, I was like, hey! It's been so long. All right. Look at this honking piece of carrot. Look at that. That's crazy. I guess it heard me. That was like, Nerva says there's not enough carrots. There's honestly not enough carrots in this bag either. Okay, that'll be enough. That one carrot is like 7 carrots, so. God, how long in the air fryer? 400 for 18 minutes. I don't see where it goes next movie without the OG kids because isn't the puppet setting up Happiest Day in FNAF 3? It's the only other animatronic there. Yeah, they're definitely gonna have to make adjustments to the story, I would say. Making the puppet an antagonist is kind of funky. I wish that Vanessa hadn't said she doesn't blame William, she blames the parents. That's the only thing that I'm like, really like, she doesn't blame William? You can excuse racism, you know what I'm saying? Like, why? Why don't you blame William? Okay. Zeke, get out of here. It would be crazy seeing Aunt Jane getting the whole movie without her. I know. Okay, also they speed past the part where like Aunt Jane's the one making a bunch of like conspiracy theories about the freaking. It was just, I don't know, dude. It's just one thing after another. It was just like, why is she doing that? What is the purpose of her doing that? I'm very confused. Okay. I'm gonna try to cut these eggs very nicely in half. Uno. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Every time I come back to it, I'm just like, it's just rushed. And I want to be clear. The first movie was also rushed, okay? The first movie's plot stuff was also rushed. But it got to kind of ride on the fact that it was finally the FNAF movie and it was good, you know? Because it could have been cringe and sad and embarrassing. So it kind of got to ride on that. But this movie, yeah, it didn't have as many holes. I would agree. But this movie had, first of all, like, you want to believe that they knew what they were going to do with the second movie when they made the first one. So they had more time to get this one right. I split one of them, guys, on accident. As if I would have done it on purpose. But yeah, this one just had it had, I split this one too. I'm going too fast. It had bigger britches to fill. I don't know. I don't really know how else to say it. It had bigger britches to fill, this one. And so I think that see, where are you being done? Okay. All right. And so and it just it didn't fully fill them. I don't know how else to say it. Yeah, I don't know. It makes me sad because I really did enjoy the movie, but like when I was watching it, I was like, man, people are gonna, like, the critics are gonna hate this one, and it's just gonna suck to see another, like, Blumhouse movie get crappy ratings because, like, I don't know, I think it's just going to maybe, like, it's going to objectively hurt it in the box office performance, and I really want these movies to do well, but it's not, it's totally their fault. Bye, Riley. It's totally their fault. They could have done better. That's all. Okay, I kind of saved one of the cruddy ones. I kind of got a good circle out of it. This one is less so, but that's okay. All right, I will now take the less good ones out of the running because they're not going to be filled correctly. It won't work because they're all cracked open, but they're still egg and they're still good, and egg is good. So I'm just going to set them over here, and I'll still obviously eat them. Okay. Now I'm going to make my filling, my deviled egg filling. Oh, I need my paprika. I need my paprika. Okay. And then, and do you guys do like spicy deviled eggs? I've never made them spicy. But I've eaten spicy deviled eggs and I like them. I think more plot holes were going to be inevitable with this much going on, but I think the editing actively made it worse at times. Yeah. With sriracha. That's good. I like that. Yum, yum, yum. I'm not going to do spicy today because I'm doing just traditional, you know, Thanksgiving stuff, but that sounds yummy. I do wish I'd seen the movie in a more crowded theater, though. That sounds crazy. Like, normally I really do like theaters about the size of what I had yesterday. But I kind of would have liked to hear everybody's reactions because I felt like I was the only person really emoting in the theater. Like, so it would have just been nice to have more people to to react with, to freak out with. I don't know. I might go see it again, but I don't really want to pay to go see it again. Oh my god. And the only time, like, I can get half off on, like, well, actually, I can get half off on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, so I could go, like, a Tuesday or Wednesday night. And maybe see it in a more crowded theater. And that would give me more of a chance to, like, look for things, too. I don't know. I'll think about it. I still didn't grab the paprika. I just don't think as many people went to go see it. I saw it opening and not as many people were there as the first one. And you know, that makes a lot of sense. I get it. I get it. But it does make me sad. Maybe it's, like, not an optimal time. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I just say I don't know a lot. But I'm disappointed more in, like, the environment, I think, that I saw the movie in than I am with the movie itself. And I think that's, like, maybe affecting me. Because I'm like, yeah, I guess the people in the theater weren't that excited, but, like, it's just FNAF again. You know what I mean? I think they missed out with it not coming out on Halloween. Honestly, it's funny you say that. October was, like, a bad month for movies in general, including the horror stuff that released. I think they could have just, I don't know. They did, what? They did November, no, it was October 27th last time. Yeah. Yeah, you know, you probably have a really good point. People would have gone and seen this in October. I wonder what did Blumhouse have up instead in October? They had something. I mean, maybe the movie just wasn't going to be ready by October. I'd rather them take more time on it, I guess. But I say I guess. I objectively would rather them take more time on it. Okay. That's the freaking shit right there. Sorry. Didn't mean to curse. Well, I mean, I objectively did mean to curse, but... Oh, yeah, Black Phone. Black Phone. Yeah, I don't know if that was worth it. If I had to say anything about my mixture, it is just ever so slightly too salty. Just like this lightest bit too salty. But I also just don't really like a lot of salt in my eggs, so maybe I should have just left it out entirely. Maybe I should have just left it out entirely. All right. Give me a second. Okay. And turkey time. When it says microwave, remove turkey breast from package and place into a microwave-safe dish. Reheat on high for 7 to 10 minutes. Okay. Well, how do I get it out of here? Here it is. Okay. All right. Move all this stuff out of the way. I don't have a whole lot of counter space. TBH. Okay, microwave safe dish. I'm just gonna put it on a big plate. This is the turkey. I didn't have to do anything to it. It's just a breast. Colby just went and picked it up for me. Very grateful for him for that. All right. And then what do we need? 2 cups of water. 2 cups of boiling water. Do I have the... Where did I put the measuring cup? What did I do? Oh, there it is. Oh my gosh, I had a drink. I stopped drinking it. I stopped reminding me to, today of all days, to not remind me to hydrate. I actually had a big thing of water. Not that I'm blaming you guys that I stopped drinking, but. Also, the lady at the movie theater let me pick this out. She was like, which one do you want? I thought it was just like a surprise. But she just let me pick. Okay. Oh my God, we're so close to dinner. I'm so stoked. I don't know how you guys feel about me, like, I don't know how much longer we want to talk, is what I'm kind of asking. Do we feel like we have said everything we came here to say? Or would you like to keep talking? Can you help him? He's being crazy. Okay. I'm so excited! I just want to eat it right now. I'm not. But I wanna. You can come talk now. They can hear you since it's not on microphone. What'd you say? I don't know what you're saying. Thank you. Thank you for. I actually know because I put the stuff in. You know what I mean? I put the other stuff in at the time where it would have been the same. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm glad he knows what I'm trying to say because I don't always know what I'm trying to say. I was going to say, I wonder if we can find out where the movie takes place based on the tracker map. Oh, true. Oh, true. We can chat on Discord. We can. All right. I am truly overstuffing these deviled eggs. I'm kind of going cuckoo bananas over here. So maybe I'll make some less insane ones. I just love deviled eggs. I don't think you guys can even begin to understand how much I love them. So when I didn't have any at Thanksgiving, I was like, I should have made them. Like, I just ran out of time leading up to Thanksgiving. I ran out of time. Okay. Honestly, this one deserves to be a big guy, though. He's a big egg. He needs big egg filling. Shabata also looks ready. That's funny. I am going to give them some pumpkin puree that doesn't have anything else in it so that they can eat it safely. And some, they can have some of these egg whites as well. Honestly. But not yet. It's not time. I have overfilled one of these eggs to the point of like no return. I'm going to have to take some out of it. I went too hard on this one egg. I went too hard. I'm going to have to go less hard now. Okay. Let's see. Oh my God, Shabana. What do you think about using the movie lore? I think they're just different universes. I just don't think that I even want to go down the road of like trying to use this stuff to theorize. I just don't wanna, you know? I think I've overstuffed 2 of these eggs actually. I'm just gonna have to take some out of this one as well. I just don't want to go that route. I think I'd rather just enjoy them as separate universes. If people do it, I don't think that's wrong. I don't think they're crazy bad, you know, theorists or whatever. I just don't personally think that that's an avenue I want to go down. I like using narrative parallels to go like, oh, look what they're doing here. And maybe it can help us point in the direction of like maybe what narratively Scott is trying to get across. But trying to like use it for like confirmation of specific characters and stuff, that just feels a little crazy to me. A little nutty, a little wild. For me personally. Other people having different perspectives on it makes sense to me. Okay, I've definitely overstuffed some of these, but it's okay because the rest of them like were bogus anyway. Your personal theory that you want to take from is Mike and Michael have been different people. Colby, you have another supporter. It's Diablos, bros. I've always believed that, and Michael being the purple guy that committed the DCI. Oh, interesting. I do think the FNAF movies greatly benefit from a streaming and theater release like the first one had, just because of all the Easter eggs / analyzing, etc. Yes, easier to do when you can pause and rewind. Completely agree. Completely agree with you. Completely agree. Okay, I'm gonna do a sampling, okay? Is that okay? I'm just gonna see how it all fits together with my broken egg. I knocked it out of the park. I frankly knocked it out of the park. Sweet. All right.
You got the...
Can you put the celery back? What?
Yeah.
What was the rest of your question?
The food smells so good.
It does.
Yeah.
I did a very good job.
Gal. Is this scraps going back in?
Go back in. Excuse me. All right. I need this actually. I need a tailor because I ripped my pants. All right. When Big Larry came round just to put him down. This is burned. I'm gonna cry my freaking eyes out.
It's not gonna be
Woo! It's not burned. SpongeBob turned into a clown. No girl ever wants to dance with a fool who went and ripped his pants. I know I shouldn't mope around. I shouldn't hurt. Is that what it is? Curse, but the pain feels so much worse. 'Cause winding up with no one is a lot less fun than a burn from the sun or sand in your buns. Now I've learned a lesson I won't soon forget. So listen and you won't regret. Be true to yourself, no, don't miss your chance. And you won't end up like the fool who ripped his pants. I just did instant mashed potatoes today because I obviously was working on a lot of other things.
I think those will be fun.
Cutting up and boiling potatoes was not it. Good night, Cinnabitten. I will say, before we go, biggest thing that I didn't like was the music box.
The music box was quite fun.
Just the fact, just at the end, and I thought maybe, I was thinking about it in the car today, and I was like, maybe they did that because they wanted you because if they kept the music box playing, obviously it wouldn't have been able to possess Vanessa at the very end.
Yeah.
But I think they could have let it play for a little longer.
At least a little bit.
Sorry your stream is behind, but totally agree regarding how there are different continuities and drawing parallels is about as far as I'll personally go. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Go stop that, please, because it always gets done a little bit before.
Yeah.
I may have even already overdone it. Are they burned? It's okay. They're just roasted on the outside. They're just roasted on the outside. It's bad. It's not bad. All right. I'm adding paprika to my deviled eggs, and no one of you is going to say a thing about my presentation. I'm not worried about the plating.
That tastes fine.
What?
That tastes fine.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
Beautiful.
Deviled eggs. Mashed potatoes. I'm coming. I'm bringing you guys over.
We have to go on a field trip to the stuffing.
That's what I'm doing. Stuffing. Delicious. And Fresh out of the microwave.
Turkey.
Turkey! Oh, and the roasted vegetables. They look burned, but I promise they're not. They just roasted. It's the way they're supposed to be. They're delicious. Hard agree, even if they just conveyed it turned off during the fight. Yeah, like someone kicked it or something. You get it? You guys understand my heart. All right, I'm gonna plate this.
Yeah, why didn't they have a scuffle with Michael? And then, oh, the music box gets turned off. And...
I don't know. They could have done better, but they didn't. All right, I'm gonna go plate all this. I'll put a finished plate of food on the Discord and food posting if you want to see it. If you're not a part of the Discord, you can become a channel member for $1. If you're already a channel member, the link is on the community page. I hope you all have a really great night. Thank you so much for being with me while I made dinner. Colby said bye.
Bye-bye.
And I don't know. If Colby goes to bed really early and I'm not ready to, I may hop back online just for funsies to keep talking to people who saw the show tonight. And we'll keep chatting. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. If I get bored in any of the coming days, I may just go live again so we can talk more about the movie. All right. I hope if you want any of this, I hope that I can metaphorically feed it to you now. Have a good night. And stay safe, and I don't know what else. I don't know what the delay is on here, so there may just be a moment of time. But okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Why are you repeating me? Supposed to only say it 3 times.
Oh, really?
That's what I do on the that's what I do on the lives. Is I say it 3 times. All right, I'm gonna assume that it's at least said it once.